19 years after joining me in the UK, if you should ask my children what they remember about being in Jamaica, they'll just start singing, I love you, you love me, we are one big family, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? That's a memory. That's memory for us. Today I'm going to tell you some of the things that you can do to actually keep the communication, keep the love going when you are apart from your children. And of course, I'm talking about migration. The decision to leave your child behind is never an easy one. It's very important that your child knows that you are not abandoning them. Some people actually had no choice. People actually migrate for different reasons, and they have chosen to leave their children behind. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. Because for some people, it's because of what they have heard about bringing up children in the new country, why they have made the decision to leave them behind. For some people, they know that they would struggle with childcare. Therefore, the decision that any parent makes to leave a child behind should not be judged, because you never know the situation. But of course, there are things that you can do to ensure that that child knows that they are loved. And this is where I come in. The first thing that you can do to ensure that your child knows that you are not abandoning them is to keep the line of communication open. Today you have technology. In probably years gone by, you would have to send a telegram, you would have to write a letter, then wait for the letter to come back before you know what is going on. Thank God today it is not like that. You can actually keep in touch with your child as often as you wish to. So the first thing that you want to do is to establish a routine in the communication process. If the child knows that, okay, mommy is going to call, daddy is going to call on a weekend, then of course the child gets excited, and of course they look forward to it because they know that that's a special time. They look forward to that. Once you have developed that routine, it's very important that you keep it up. Do not miss it, or if you are going to miss it, be sure that the child, that is if, because I know that there are emergency cases where you cannot actually notify somebody that you are not going to call at the usual time. But as much as possible, if you are going to miss the usual time, then of course let the child, let perhaps the other parent, let the other carer, whoever is taking care of the child knows that you are not going to, call at that time. So that is one thing you can do. Ensure that you keep the lines of communication open. In keeping the line of communication open, be sure that you know what is happening in the child's life. For example, if there are special events coming up at school or anything like that, be sure that you are aware of it. And of course, in between calls, if any of those events take place, be sure that the next time when you call, that you actually ask the child about it. That lets the child know that, of course, you still care, you are interested in what is happening in their life. Another thing that you can do to ensure that the child knows that you care is to actually send what is known as care packages. In some countries, that is like sending a barrel, it's like sending a parcel. Of course, it gets a bit sentimental when you actually send the parcel along with the usual things that you would pack in a parcel. Be sure to send something special, something sentimental, something that has the child's name on it. That actually ensure, children love that. So even if you send a gift, ensure that you send even a little handwritten letter, photographs, so that, whenever the child feels down, of course, they can refer to it. They can know, they can remember that you still love them and that you still care. Children have feelings too. So do not expect them to be positive at all times when you call. Of course, they are dealing, it does not mean that they do not care. It does not mean that they are forgetting you already. It's just that, they have feelings. They are not mature enough to actually deal with certain things. So just remember, it's not that they don't care. They love you. They know that you love them as well. It's just that they are not, mature. So see with them. Don't take it personally. Whenever you go for holidays, because of course a lot of people, even though they have migrated, they still go for holidays. And usually when they go for holidays, it's with the child, with the parent, whoever, they stay in the home with family members, with the child as well. It is very important that ahead of your holiday, that you actually ask the child, what would you want to do? A lot of the times, children actually have an idea of what specifically they would like to do with you. It is going to be very important that you actually include the child in the decision-making process. So if you have other plans, be sure that at least one of the things that the child says that they would like to do, that you ensure that you follow through with it. Remember, children have good memories. They will remember if you have kept your promise or not. Finally, record memories. So you can record memories perhaps of whenever you go on holidays with the child. And later on, what you can do is that you can make an album of the photographs that you have taken or the videos that you have taken. That really, really helps, because the child will remember times of you being together. And of course, if your plan was to actually, for the child to be with you at a later date, then of course they will look back and you can share all those memories together. Like I have said, my children, they still remember, because when I migrated, they first joined me 6 months after. So tradition is very important, and always our goodbye was, see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. And remember, it's never too late. If you have not done any of the things that I have listed, then of course remember, it's not too late. We learn from each other. Some of the things that I have pointed out, I did not do them, but of course we learn from each other, and we can pass on, information to each other to make, our lives easier, to help each other as we go along. Because remember, like I have said, the decision to leave a child behind when migrating is never an easy decision. Until I upload another video, I would like to say bye.